Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Burg from the Mandalorian. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so I know the big fighting action pose I'm going to put him in, so just give me a second to get him there. And what's funny is he wasn't really in an action pose like this, but I just kind of see him as, you know, the muscle. Well, that's what he said, he was the muscle. But I see him in like a big fighting action pose like this. And so I just got to get him there real fast. Real fast. You like that? And then we can get going. I'll try to move fast on this. I was talking to a friend about, you know, opinions, what they think, and you know, I value everybody's opinion. I've even had people get on here before and tell me that too much nonsense talking. And hey, that's fine. You know, that's what you feel. That's what you feel. No big deal. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I mean, everybody has their opinion. And, you know, some people, they want to go ahead and say it and tell you how they feel, and that's their right. You know, that's what's great about this world. You can tell anybody how you feel, and you should. Express yourself, you know? Always express yourself. That's what art is about, too. Expressing and getting your feelings out there, and sometimes getting other people to feel a certain way. That's kind of what... The theory behind art is that it inspires conversation, or it makes you feel, think, or do certain things, and that's kind of the intention, you know. So that's great that anybody says that kind of stuff. So, you know, I welcome any of it. You know, I try not to let people say, you know, bad words on here, but any opinion is valid and welcome. So what I was trying to say is, and this is kind of proves the point, is that I was talking to a friend about these videos and algorithms and what we do and what we think and how it's working out. And it was talking about, you know, how fast I should be doing this, how much time we spend. And that's what I say is, you know what, that's why I have the timestamp. So you don't have to watch all this stuff if you don't want to. What I need to try to figure out is how to get you to see it, because I don't know if you like the sketch or if you just jump ahead. I don't think anybody's watching this part, I'll be honest with you. That's why I'm not worried about it. I just, you know, just try to get us there, and then we can have fun with it. But I was just thinking about that kind of stuff. So, in that being said, I'm trying to get us there really fast, trying to you know, make it happen as fast as I possibly can so we can hurry up and start sketching. And I think that's good. I think I'm happy with where we are, because basically that's what this is. This is a rough sketch. This isn't a drawing, and I can go from here. So yeah, I think that's good. Let me see. An eraser to erase some of this. What I normally like to do is erase the sketch lines and keep what I call the confidence lines, because we want to draw with confidence, not with sketchiness. But this one went so fast that it's nothing but sketch lines. So I have to be careful that I can leave something for myself. Okay. But also his cloth, his material. Oh, you know what? Do you see he does have some weapons? Let me put that in there real fast too. Okay, that'll work. And that's light enough that I can get away with that. So let's welcome all the skippers, everyone that skipped. Let's welcome everybody that skipped over to this Sharpie portion. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen is a little finer than the fine point. You can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So I'm going to start off with, well, I already started off with my sketch and I erased most of it. So I'm just going to start with the Sharpie pen to get the finer details like the face. So I'm going to start off with the eyes. I've got him kind of hunched over in a fighting position. So his face, if this is the head, if this is the front of the head, like that, facing straight at you, it's tilted down just a little bit like that. So I'm going to draw the top of the eyelid like this and then build off of that. So I'm going to draw his iris like this. See if I've got him about the right spot. Looks good to me. So I'm going to add just a little bit of a pupil, and I'm adding it just as dots because this will start to bleed. If you're using a pencil, you can draw it in there, and if yours is bigger, feel free to add more. But because I'm using a tiny Sharpie, I can only do so much. So I'm also just going to do that for the bottom of the eyelid. So I'm not drawing the eye all the way across because it'll bleed if I do that. So I'm just kind of implying a few lines here. But he also is an angry, old, oh, I can't remember his race right now. But anyway, so there are some creases and lines in his face because he's seen a lot of war. You know, he's a little angry, a little old and war-torn. So I'm adding stuff like that, just a few little angry lines. I guess that's the best way to say it. Okay, for his nose, we're gonna go ahead and draw just a big old nose like that, and add those little nostrils like this. And usually I don't draw a lot of the lines here for the nose, but again, he's old and haggard and angry, you know. So we'll add some mouth lines like that too, and we'll give him a frowny face like that. Urgh. Now, I see also that my head has no longer tilted, it's now just shifted down. So I'm gonna have to calibrate for that. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of a chin like this, give him a little divot, why not? And then bring it up like this for the jaw. And I'm going to start to thicken it up too, because I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie in a second, and that's so super thick, I kind of want it to match what's about to happen. So I'm preparing for the way it's going to look. Now, he does have some stress lines in his face, kind of something like this. So I'm just kind of accenting the look of him, the feel of him. Okay, so there's his side of his head. We'll do that. We'll come out this way like that. Then I can draw his ears. And I'm going to exaggerate his ears, make him a little round and pointy, because his character does have horns, so we can kind of accent that and go a little bigger, a little alien, to show that, yeah, he's got some crazy space horns for his race, you know. Okay, so let's draw the side of his head, and let's kind of do this. We're going to follow to the horn. So I'm going to come here and bump for his skin to where the horn is going to be, then follow it through like this. Let's do the other side. Bump and follow through. See if we're about the same height. That looks about right. So again, I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit. And again, if you're using pencil, you don't have to do this. I am just preparing for the thickness of this Sharpie. That's why I'm doing it. And let's see, the top of his head, I'm going to put about right here. And I'm just putting it there, following my sketch, but also giving myself a level place to see if I'm in the right spot for his horns. Okay, I'm going to reconnect that up there. All right, so now I can draw his horns. And again, I'm just kind of making it, it's not as bumpy as that, but I'm just kind of having a little fun with space horns, you know? No one's gonna say we're off. Yeah, someone might, who knows? Oops, that kind of went out off the hair there. Let's see if I can fix that. All right, and so there is like an edge to it, but I think I'll do that with color. I think we'll leave that as and we'll do kind of like a scar like that. That should be done with color, but I kind of wanted to give you something to draw here, you know, a little bit of fun. So he does have cracks in his eyes, little lines right there. But again, I'll do that with color. I'm not worried about that right now. So now I'm going to move on to his costume. And so I said this in the sketch that the sketch went really fast because his costume's pretty average. It's just cloth is all it really is. It's just has some special detail to it, you know, a little bit of uniqueness. And so I've got him hunched over, so his shoulders are raised a little bit. So if this was his body and head, he's kind of hunched over like this. So like that. So that's why his shoulders are a little higher than where he's normally would be, right? Forward and down and hunched. So that's kind of why I have him with his shoulders about ear height. Normally it wouldn't be, but that's how we're drawing it today. So, ooh, look at that. I made some marks I shouldn't have. Oh well. So his cloth, his material, he's got kind of a collar that I'm just going to kind of bring around like this and bring the edge of it over here like this to his shoulders. Same thing. Let's do this side over here. And then he's got kind of a shoulder piece. I guess that's the best way to put it. It kind of points like that. And there are creases, oops, not the pencil. There are creases, or they're seams, basically. But I'm going to do that with a finer Sharpie just to kind of accent that look, you know? So it's not as bold as this, and we get to play around with a little thick, thin line width just to get some uniqueness, some different things to draw. All right, let's connect that real fast. And oh, he's got it on both sides. He's very fashion friendly. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so he has, let's see, everybody in Star Wars has like these weird little boxes, and we're just going to call it a space box because a lot of times we don't know what they are. It's unique. It makes it space, you know, but sometimes it's like, why is that on there? It's like, why do you have just some weird box on your chest? And he also has like studs that they don't look like points. They kind of look like just nubs, really. So we're not even going to call them stubs. They're just nubs. I'm making them more pointy than they are, but yeah, something like that. Again, it's texture, you know, it's just what they do to make the costume unique. I'll put a seam line right there, seam line right there, and move on. Okay, so for his chest, I'm going to draw the front of it out like this. So I can draw the bottom half, and it's like a layered jacket piece. So it's something like this. And I'm kind of bending it, gooching it a little bit because he's hunched over. So right there is where the bend is. So a lot of those seams are kind of hidden, laying over each other. So I'm kind of just doing something like that. Okay, just to accent that it's all hunched over. And connect anything that's not connected. And let's see, let's go ahead and draw his arms. Again, it's the same thing. It's like a layered arm piece, but that's it. That's all we got to draw. So I'm just going to do something like this, kind of a stair step sleeve following the anatomy. And see how I'm not trying to make it exact. I'm not trying to match him to the other side. I'm just kind of playing around with that. He's got layers to his jacket, his sleeve. And like that, I didn't even see if it was matching on the other side. I just drew it out. Okay, for his hand, we're just gonna have regular hand down like that. Nothing too crazy. Close off this sleeve. Gonna draw the hand out like this. There's the thumb to the hand to the fingers. Like that. His other fingers in like this, a little bit longer than that one. These are laying into itself. And that's it. Nothing too crazy there. Maybe we'll draw a knuckle just to stress that it's his hand. A little something. Let me connect anything that's not connected. That's the downside too of playing with Sharpies, is sometimes it's a little thick, but you know, it's it's what we're doing with, it's what we're working with. So this hand I'm gonna have kind of up in a fist, challenged. So let's draw that first and then we can draw what's behind it. So the hand I'm gonna have just up like this. Here are the fingers. And then there's a thumb over it like that. I'm gonna come in here and we'll just add a little bit of detail. I was afraid to go too far with the big Sharpie because I didn't want to bleed too much. Okay, so there you go. Nothing too crazy for the hand. And so now we're gonna do this, but over itself. So again, I'm just gonna do some bumps, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it off because there's so many that it would lay over itself that you can't see that seam. So again, I'm just gonna kind of do what this would be, but at a different angle, like that. And then this side over here. So like that. And again, because it's laying over itself, that's how we're kind of getting away with closing it off like that. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna draw his belt. And let's see, he's got, you know, just the regular space belt with regular space belt. Like, you know, everybody has a space belt. What I meant was, you know, the pockets and space packs that everybody has on their belt. So in space, everybody carries pouches and pockets on their belt because that's where they carry their juices and snack packs, right? Okay, and he does have some guns, and I don't mean these guns. So all we're really going to draw is the holster, and you can't really see much of the gun because it's the top view. So we're just going to draw something like that, and that's all you can really see. Same thing over here. That's going to hold it on, and that is the top view of whatever space gun he has. Okay, so now we're just going to draw his jacket hangs down in almost like a skirt. So we're just going to draw, and it's kind of open because his legs are spread out a little bit in the stance. So I'm just going to bring it over like this. Same thing over here. And it does have a, what do you call this? An edge? No, it's a, yeah, an edge. So we'll just say it's got something like that, just to, because it's not a seam. That's the word I wanted to say, but it's not a seam, right? Okay, so his legs would go in here. His crotch would be about right there. But his legs are bent, so it's going to come through here, come down like this. And again, his legs are just layered pants. But these are more of a, let's see, we'll do something like this. These are more of a down angled like that. There you go. Okay, let's do the other side, then we'll do the shoe. So same thing, the foot's going to come down here, or the leg, sorry. Some bumps. Like that. Down like this. All right. So now we're just going to draw his boots, and they're kind of over the legs. Kind of go well. It looks like a material that goes over his boot a little bit. So we're just going to draw something like this, and then bring the boot in like that. Add a little bit of detail. There we go. Same thing over here. This was just the opposite way. So we're going to lay it over like that. Bring it in. Bring the boot down. Up for the foot. Heel. Like this. And again, we're just going to add a little bit of detail. Just to show the wear and tear on it. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is just add the back of this. Like the skirt. So we're going to put this line in here like this, and there we go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Burg from the Mandalorian. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.